Alright. Welcome back to Case Closed. Anime Review, episode 164. This one viewing the 1053rd episode of the series, known as The Spark That Fell on the Ranch, Part 1. Yes, I'm also discussing two new chapters because they finally released 1097 and of course 1098. 1097 actually came out not this week, but actually last week. But it wasn't the translation wasn't released yet. But they started releasing it now this week, and now we're up to 1098. So, in the case of this episode adapted from the entirety of chapters 1051 and 1052. Yeah, this was another case basically that were adapting for the series. That I did do a review of this one about 2 years ago. Yes, now this one does start off with Fire, I think his name is, him in a basement where he's with a dead body. This is similar to the way it was in the book, except they actually didn't show well, the they did cut out a tiny portion here. It made the room a little bit darker than it was in the manga. So, and of course he's talking to Amuro on the phone. Amuro, of course, is speaking through a Bluetooth, one of these small little things. I have seen these before, so this is not like new technology that the manga has introduced. No, this actually does exist in real life. It's mostly different shape per se, the ones I've seen, but this is basically something that does exist in real life. And then we cut to seeing the detective boys, all five of them, including the two teachers, Kobayashi and Wasabi. They're riding on a bus to a chicken farm, which apparently is going to be closed down soon due to the area being sold off to someone who owns who basically is turned into a part of a golf course. So they're there because they want to get free chickens for the school. On the way there, now this does happen in manga too. Basically, there's not much change here from the manga to the anime. So basically, what I'm explaining here is virtually unchanged. So we used like three guys, two guys there for researchers, and another guy who's on his phone, who Mitchell thinks is a movie because he takes an image of it. He of course gets upset and of course tries to hurt him. Like Amuro is there because he's on the way to that farm. And of course, everybody recognizes him. And Koba's like, "So you're Amuro?" "Yep. Can't talk about you." And of course, she uses Wasabi. And then they hit right there. There's no denying the fact Wasabi is beautiful, despite being 38 years old. Yeah, can you believe she's 38? And she doesn't really look 38. There's always something mysterious about her. And Conan does point out, I think they added this to the anime, where she's a potential suspect to be potentially Rub, the second command of the organization, of the Black Organization. They also have the whole thing with birds, which that was also in the anime too, where apparently she like birds very much, except that her boyfriend's name is translated to a white bird. There's also with a crow, which mentions the name Kasuma, which basically is also the name of the boss of the Black Organization. Yep. So then they arrive there. Of course, they get to the office like there's nobody there because all the employees are no longer working there. Just the owner is still there. So apparently he's not there. And of course, they had to split them look around, and they go to the chicken coop, and it's completely empty. Why is it empty, you might ask? The manga, if I remember reading it, originally came out a couple years ago because I reread it today. It didn't really thoroughly explain exactly why the heck it was banned. It possibly something else. So, and then you see Ami, where she chased around a chicken, and of course nobody notices that she's gone until they get to the front. And you see her, she catches the chicken, but she's basically far from everybody else, and then she's surrounded by burnt limbs, a weird trail, and then she pulls down like this strap on this tree, and there's sticks of dynamite there. Yes, sticks of dynamite. Why are they there? There actually is an explanation for that. This is where Fuma went when they meet up with him. So and of course you have this guy who apparently is the younger brother of the owner, and says, "Oh yeah, I'll take it to him." And of course, he shoves them all into like where not where it was basically where Ami is. Yeah, it turns out he actually just drugged her and tied her up. No, he knew anything appropriate to her, just tied her up and put her in his backpack. I mean, how cruel are you to put a little girl in a freaking backpack? Yes, apparently she's so small, fit in his backpack. So, and of course, everybody turn over. Now here's the thing: only Genta, Micho, and Wasabi are not with them. Everyone else is there, and then their cell phones are taken away. And if you go to the base, of course, moving Fuma. Fuma does explain why he's there, because apparently it was suspected the owner of this place stole explosives from a construction site. Yes, that's what put the stick of dynamite. No, seriously. Those are used for construction. Sticks of dynamite. I'm thinking like, wouldn't they use different type of explosives nowadays? I don't know. I'm thinking about 2 years ago. So, and of course Conan basically explains about the body that's there. Yes, there's a body there. Of course, if you see in the end, it would look like there was a like a rope mark around his neck. Yeah, they expect, oh yeah, was the guy murdered? No, he committed suicide. Yeah, no struggle marks, nothing. They could suspect someone could do it. Nope, he definitely did not commit suicide. He definitely committed suicide. So, of course, they examine the chair. And then, of course, they point out, though, of course, they tell them before they went in there, that was 4 guys actually, looking for something in the mountains at a certain location. Which, yeah, the whole thing with that, why the other guys were there, well, that relates to something that's going to be explained for next week's episode. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, then Conan decides to contact Hybra, explain everything to her. What the heck is going on? And, well, then, of course, they're spooked by the guy who they suspect is a really bad person. And then the episode ends with Conan basically figuring out exactly what the heck is going on, which we'll explain until next episode. It's a good episode. That's 2 chapters pretty faithfully. Okay, alright, moving on to the 2 new chapters, 1097 and 1098. Excuse me. So, apparently, once again, we have a 3-parter. Yes, seriously. I'm like, can we stop having the 3-parters? Can we have more than 3 chapters on a story arc? Well, my wish has come true because I did check it. Apparently, the next story comes after this one is going to be more than 3 chapters. Thank you. It's about freaking time. Feels like it's been a couple years since we actually had a... I mean, the last official story that was more than 3 chapters was the FBI serial murder case. I believe that one came just after the one that after the anime. So, this story arc is called The Black Tea Team. So, we start with Conan, where he's with the detective boys on vacation. Well, kind of a vacation. Of course, they talk about what happened with the last case, with the whole bomb threat stuff. And Wasabi is there. Yes. My guess is probably the reason why they waited until now that particular case for the anime, because they're waiting for this arc to come out. So they decided to do it then. So they all go out to this particular place. And then we have, well, Aki, the former FBI agent who's legally dead, who's basically transporting everybody in his special van he just happened to have. Oh yeah, apparently there's an inflatable shark in the vehicle. And they get to this, I don't know, this outside cafe, and of course has this, they explain it as a common Yaiba sausage roll. And they don't like it. Of course, it drops off on the ground. And of course, yeah, they're sitting on the floor because it's Japan. Everybody sits on the floor a lot of the time. Yep. So yeah, and then basically like there's this mysterious thing where apparently stuff gets fallen out of his hand, and all of a sudden a woman's apron, yes, her apron, the top of her apron gets basically snapped off, and yeah, where it goes even further, like, so basically she asks, I think it's supposed to be, I don't know if it's her boyfriend per se, it's just basically just maybe the chef fixes the apron, And then he's asked to open up a jar of fruit jam. Yes, seriously. And by the way, the person asking him is clearly a bodybuilder who just does it because he's a guy. Let's have guys do it. And we have the manager who's he's the owner. He's very creepy. But it's on for the girls. Like, can you stop doing that? Yeah, apparently they're here to pay for damage they done. What damage? Don't know. Why do I work here? So apparently it's because of other stuff. Apparently his suitcase is full of money. So possibly to blackmail launch. I'm not sure what it is. And of course they go swimming. You have Hybra and Ami basically around a shark, and you have Subaru and Wasabi basically chatting. Now, Wasabi, like I mentioned, is basically 38 years old. I think Amuro must be in his early 30s, so he's talking to someone who's a little bit older than he is, but so basically get sort of basically like. So basically, it's explained that she looks like someone who looks like the one who ruined her life. Well, here's the thing. Hybra's mom was a doctor who was recruited with the black organization, and also was a woman who Amr was looking for. Yes. Though he doesn't know the fact that Hybra is in fact the daughter of the woman he actually knew, or at least the younger sister of a close friend of his. So but of course they chat for a bit about scars, use a cloth to cover, why she wears so many clothes, and yeah, it's a good conversation. Then we have more stuff there, and then we have apparently this mysterious bag in the corner. Like, what the heck? What the heck is this bag doing here? First scene when this chick walks in, it opens up. Oh crap! It's the owner who's dead. And of course, there's a scream, and Wasabi, Subaru, and Conan basically we get close to one of them. So moving on to 1098 Beach House, where we see I'm trying to think. It's the inspector Jugger, I think his name is, the one who's also got a twin brother who's more serious than he is. And here's the thing: his younger brother is more serious. He's more goofy. It's been a little while since he's been seen. And by the way, fun fact: he's the same age as Wasabi. Here's the thing: he's from a different area of basically he's from a different province than let's say everybody else. Like, oh, Conan. Yep. And of course, he points out various stuff about the dead owner. Possibly, and points out that the thing he was wrapped up in was actually the murder weapon. Yeah. And of course, the air detective partner is like, why the heck? Is he on much goes, how do we know this? To Samo. You must be surprised that the instructions are made by this kid because you are new and don't know how it works. Now I'll explain to you right away. Eventually, this kid was doing reasoning as Congressman told me. I was as Congressman told me. I was like, where's Morrison? He's not here. This time, abduction presented by me were that person. Who are you? Yeah, Subaru, acquaintance of Conan. A graduate student. Yes, that is his cover story. An FBI agent who is basically a grad student. Oh, here's the thing. He always walks with his eyes closed. And yet, I keep saying to basically a lot of time when I see characters do this. How can you see where you're going when your eyes are closed? Imagine walking around like this. Oh, hi. Hi, how are you? I don't know if I'm insulting some people who work in Asian culture, but here's the thing. That's my obvious thing I poke fun of this. How the heck can you freaking see where you're going? Your eyes are closed. So of course, basically that, yeah, I think this is the first time we have the inspector meet Wasabi. as an associate teacher, despite the fact she's the assistant teacher. She's very clumsy, but she's very kind. She's also hot too. Of course, they chat for, of course, oh yeah, here's you be suspects. Who had the key to the room? Say, we discovered the body, the door was locked, right? Yes. Yeah, it turns out the guy, and of course they. So basically, the woman who had her apron nearly come off, her name is Kakai Makoya. She's 24. Yep. And Kariyama. I think that's basically her brother because same last name. They're clearly not dating, so there must be. They're like there's no romantic connection to them. They're not married per se. So my guess is brother and sister. And he's like 4 years older than her. Yeah, that's nothing unusual. Having a brother who's 4 years older than a sister. It's the same thing with me and my sister as well. Because I'm 4 years older than my sister, and plus there's a middle brother between two of us. My younger brother, who's 2 years younger than me, and of course my sister is 2 years younger than him. 2 years apart. Nothing usual. There. It's common. Oh yeah, and by the way, this other woman, Sakara. Yeah, she's 25. So, at the chat, everybody, like, or Saga's wondering, like, excuse me, and of course, what mission we're going to take. And of course, talk about grape juice. Did the man use drink grapefruit juice? Yes, because it wasn't pineapple juice. What's wrong with that drink? Then the juice must be the reason why you and Susan fall asleep. Yep, apparently it's a sleeping thing. And of course, chatting more. It's like really talk a lot about orange juice. And of course, all knowledge that drug. Where did you learn that? She's like Dr. Gasa. He always teaches us interesting things. I see. You just look like a scientist then. Surprised. Because she is one. Would it be shocking if she finds out that Conan and Hybra are in fact like two kids or two 8-year-olds who are clearly not 8-year-olds, but basically just teenagers having the bodies of child because of a drug? Yeah. So, do I think that it might be a possibility that she might be the next person who finds out that Conan is Sichi? It's possible, but she doesn't know who Sichi is. But it seems like, though, we got more suspecting of her because she's sort of got a split personality, kind of. Yasumago, that's his name. So, they examine the fingerprints, and of course, then for some reason, yes, keep calm. You don't hold it tight. Hold it tight, and then all of a sudden, the strap on Ganta's top basically comes apart. You show your strap must be top broken. Now you look like an ancient Roman. It's all my aunt's dog. It bit me there. Wait, like a Roman. Yeah, and of course, he gets forensics. It's all fingerprints. Yeah, of course they suspect fingerprints one of the two girls, or it could be. And of course, like it wasn't me. It's like, oh, that's how it happened. So interesting to say the least. So we got quite possible Wasabi possibly finding out about Conan's secret. It's possible to say the least. Yep, I'm definitely looking forward to the next chapter comes out soon. So we can get a conclusion to this. Yep. So yeah, that's the particular view. Next up is a comic corner. Yep, a comic corner. I only have time to do one tonight because of how late it's getting, so I'm going to do the other one tomorrow. So yeah, see you next video. Bye.